Reflex hammer. Noun. 1. Handheld rubber instrument used to test reflexes to elicit a tendon response, vital for assessing nerve function. 2. If the doctor can hit the right spot, it makes leg kick by itself as if by magic. Hogmanay is my favourite night of the year. I love the idea that we all have the chance to start each new year with a fresh page and a perfectly sharpened pencil. As a child, I revelled in waiting for the bells at our neighbours', squashed into a TV room watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off with cool, older kids, eating Wotsits and drinking Bar's lemonade. Hearing our loud, laughing parents just about drown out the unmistakable twang of bagpipes, and seeing Ian from number 5 lying on top of his car would signal to me the new year was finally here. Hogmanay 2013 brought the most exciting possibilities of all. Our son was 2 months old, and having made my way through the fog of those early weeks, I could see a whole year of firsts in front of us. As we raised a glass to 2014, I was in an anticipatory frame of mind. My New Year's resolution was to shift the baby weight. By the time the Christmas tree was down, I had started my fitness kick in earnest by going for long walks, proudly pushing my pram. While I walked, I listened to my favourite podcast, Desert Island Discs, and I thought about how my favourite part of my job as a doctor was listening to how all the puzzle pieces of each person's life fitted together. Despite the icy breeze typical for near the coast in Edinburgh, I walked along the seafront, fully absorbed in their stories of adversity, triumph, hard work and discovery. At the end of the first week of my new regime, I woke with a numbness all the way down my left leg. It didn't feel like pins and needles or like I'd been lying on it awkwardly. As I poked my fingernails into my skin, I couldn't feel the sharpness I should have. I could barely feel my finger at all. Within seconds, I had made my mental list of possible diagnoses. At the top was a prolapsed disc in my back, but in view of having no pain, that was out. Next up, cancer, but I certainly had no weight loss and my recent blood tests were normal, so I pushed that to the bottom for now. Therefore, it could only be the exercise. I had successfully avoided regular exercise for the last 20 years, so that had to be the cause. I ignored my numb leg and kept going, walking, feeding, eating caramel digestives, and Googling how to entertain a 3-month-old baby. 3 weeks later, on a Thursday morning at the end of January, things were different. After several nights of nighty changing night sweats and a new thundering exhaustion, the numbness had spread. My new self-diagnosis was this might be permanent damage to nerve endings from the multiple attempts at an epidural during childbirth. I could feel that something wasn't right. I knew I needed to see another GP rather than just rely on my self-diagnosis. I managed to get an emergency appointment that morning with a GP that I'd never met before. He listened to my medicalised description of the symptoms, punctuated with what I thought it was or wasn't, and he examined me. He took blood tests immediately and reassured me. I wondered if he thought that new mums panic about everything. I'd thought it many times, looking into the face of a sleep-deprived, anxious, weepy woman. As I made my way up the narrow stairs from the GP's basement consulting room, I saw my husband appear through the doors of the practice. I'd left him a panicky voicemail in the car on my way to see the doctor. He reached forward and took the weight of our son in his car seat out of my hands by hooking it on the nook of his left arm. As he reached for my hand with his, I felt relief instantly. I had my worst-case scenarios covered. The doctor had done exactly what I would have. Everything was going to be fine.